by head coach Tyler Sapp, Chick-fil-A Interstate Drive. Coach, great to have you with us.
Thanks for having us.
So, if I said you are a young basketball team, would I be accurate?
Yes, sir.
How young?
We have one senior, one junior, 5 sophomores, and 2 freshmen.
What's the challenge when you're so young?
Just inexperience, and that's something that's huge at the high school level, is being experienced. And hopefully, in 2 years when this sophomore group, our seniors, will have that experience under our belt.
Does the inexperience show up like in situational things that happen that you can't go over, or is it more just the mechanics of basketball, pure and simple?
Both, but mostly it's situational, because in order to improve and get better at something, you have to be in that situation. So until it comes up, we can't really work on it. And that's part of experience and part of building and part of growing, is being in those situations and knowing what to do when it's necessary.
Does your style of coaching have to change when you're a young basketball team?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I've had old teams. Well, we've always been inexperienced, though. Ever since I've been here, we've had great teams, and then graduated, and then we've had people who hadn't never played before have to step up and be big. And we've always been inexperienced right there at the start, and always been relatively young. And it's just a growing so I've kind of not had to change, because it's been kind of the same type of deal for the 3 years that I've been here.
Because you hear some coaches say that, well, I can't be as hard on a younger team. I can't get frustrated. They're all shaking their heads. I think they're indicting you here.
Yeah, I think so. And I think I'm extremely hard on them because of the potential that I see in them. So and that's something you have to be. It's hard, and it's but that's part of it.
That's how you get the best out of them.
Yeah, that's how you get the best out of them. You're trying to push them. You're trying to make them be the best they can be, and you see it in them, even if they don't see it in themselves sometimes.
There is a proud basketball tradition in Van Buren County.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Does that weigh on you at all, or does that just force you to be the best you can be?
Well, I'm super competitive, so I always want to be the best that we can be. But definitely, when you speak of that tradition and that heritage, it's there, and it's something that these kids know about, and that they need to step up and be prepared for that, because we fill that gym every home game, and people come to watch us win basketball games.
Who'd you bring along with you today?
I've got Jada McCurry. She's a sophomore. Gabby Young, she's our junior. Riley Scoggins, she's a freshman. Desiree Baker, she's a sophomore. Gracie Austin, she's our senior. And then Emma Scoggins, she's a sophomore.
All right, so Jada, let me start with you. That tradition and walking into that gym and it always being full, what's that like, playing and putting Van Buren County across your chest?
Well, I've been doing it so long, so I don't ever really think about it. It's kind of just like focus on the game and then do what you have to do to get it done.
But do you understand that not every place in the state of Tennessee has that kind of support?
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Gabs, how about for you? What is it that you've tried to work on to get better during the course of this season? What have you been working on?
We've tried to work on becoming closer as a unit, like becoming more of a family and working together. And something we've worked on as a team is to always work together. You
hear basketball and you think it's, name your favorite basketball star. It's about LeBron. But it's not about that. It's about teamwork. You got to work as a group.
Yes.
How do you work on that? Does it just take time?
With these girls, I moved here with them, moved into this team with them, and they always been close like this. They've always played together, and they brought me right in with them and put me right in their family, and they're always super tight-knit, and it's amazing.
Riley, what is it that you have worked on to try to get better for this season?
Well, just being close as a team, and we're just all like sisters.
Now, you're down on the blocks. How physical does it get in there on a typical night?
Well, a few elbows every game.
From you or to you?
Both.
Okay, a little bit of. I was just going to see if you're going to be interested, if you're going to be honest about that. All right, Desiree, how physical is it to you on the inside. What do you see?
Extremely, because you're constantly having to fight to get open position so that they can get that ball into you so you can make a move and score. And you have to be able to make that move because your team counts on you to be able to make those points.
Where have you seen this team develop from, let's say, October when you started practicing until this week?
We have developed extremely well as a team as well as a family because we have always been very close and we know how each other play, so we have done nothing but improve. There are things we still need to improve upon, and we will improve upon those things as practice and time continues.
Talking Van Buren County basketball on the high school playbook. Gracie, is offense ahead of defense, or is defense ahead of offense right now?
Well, the ball scores, but the only way to be able to keep your points up is if you really have to play defense and you have to stop the other team from scoring. So really defense wins games, but offense puts points on the board.
So what kind of style of defense does Coach Sapp want you to play?
We like to play pretty physical defense. We have a really scrappy team. If the ball's on the floor, then our girls are on the floor going after it.
So you better not let a ball roll free and you guys not be after it.
Yes.
Is that okay? I got it. Does that mean laps or something?
Well, yeah, the last time they ran 7 Super 7s.
Okay, get on the floor. All right, Emma, you're the point guard. You run this whole thing. So what does it mean in your mind to be point guard? What do I have to do to play point guard for Van Buren County?
Definitely to penetrate and to get the ball to the open person and to see who's open.
What's the thing that you feel like you need to work on more?
Definitely keeping a head up, and our turnovers have cost us a couple games, and working on that.
Can't give away the basketball. Coach Sapp, there's that old saying that, you can't say you're young forever, and you got to grow up. Are you seeing signs that this team is growing up?
Yes, absolutely. Every day. Sorry. Like she mentioned, our turnovers, and we talked about those situational events a minute ago. It's those types of things and those types of turnovers that are frustrating because you see them and they know not to do it, but it's still just that experience level of getting there. So we're seeing growth in that. We create or commit a lot of unforced errors right now, and we're improving on that every day. We talk about it every day. Of don't force the issue, make the easy pass, let the game come to you. And don't force it. So and every day we're getting better at that.
So who's the person, and you guys voice it, who's the person that keeps you guys from getting down when things bad happen?
She's not here.
She's not here. Okay, who is it that's not here?
Chloe Ragland.
Why does she do that? How does she do that?
She's always very into it, motivated, and she's just telling everybody that that's okay. You'll do better next time, and that's just what she is for our team.
Is there somebody in this group that's in your face when you make a mistake or you don't play up to the standards, besides the coach?
It's really just a mixture of
Let me give her the mic.
I think it's a mixture of the whole team. Because everyone gets down every once in a while. So if one gets down, then someone else steps up and brings them back up. So it's just a constant cycle.
Desiree, do you keep each other grounded and also accountable?
Yes, we don't let our mistakes necessarily affect us because we always manage to bring each other up and help each other get over it. You got to make up for it by the next play because you can't change the past. You can only fix it with what you do next. So we always try to remind each other that and help them and motivate them to make the next play or take another shot because even if you miss, you can still make the next one.
Riley, do you see this being a basketball team that will make some noise when February gets here?
Yes, definitely. We have a lot of potential, and we just work really well together.
Coach Sapp, how do you answer that question?
We definitely have the potential. Our region is extremely difficult with Clark Range, Clay County, Pickett's.
It's like every night you're playing semifinal games in the state tournament.
When we play that, when we play against that region and in the region tournament, it pretty much can be.
Yeah.
2 people from our region go to the state tournament every year almost, and that's There's nothing you can do to change that. District-wise, we should be first or second. So we're trying to make sure we take care of business on our end, so we get the 4 seed from this region to come to our place to play, and try to make it to a regional semifinal game.
Jada, does that force you to get better, knowing what you got to do when you get into the heart of district play?
I don't think it necessarily forces us, but it makes us want to do better so that we can just have another title put up inside the, what's it called? The gym. Yeah.
The gym, that place you spend all the time.
I was talking about like the little box, the trophy case.
The trophy case.
Yeah.
Well, that goes back to that tradition, and you certainly know it when you go to Van Buren County, that the expectations that are there for basketball. And this young group going to make some noise, not only this year, but in years going forward. The Van Buren County girls with us at Chick-fil-A Interstate Drive this day. And head coach Tyler Sapp, thank you so much for coming down, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Didn't make